is a very peculiar thing to wonder why a school librarian in Dubai is working for a campaign based in the UK. But I think the issues that they're facing in the UK are fairly universal. We're lucky enough in Dubai to have a pretty thriving school librarian community and there are school libraries in most schools. And I think a lot of what is happening here is really important and innovative. And so I'm able to bring my experience from working in a place where school libraries are well funded with qualified and professional school library staff. So that has brought an international perspective. I think it's important that that we see how other people are doing it and take best practice from around the world. Also, I mean, the world is getting a lot smaller. Thanks to COVID, everything can happen on Zoom. I was lucky enough to go to London for the launch in the House of Commons at the beginning of March. But actually, we found that we can do most of our work on Zoom, and because of the time difference, it means I can work in the evenings and not interfere with my work here. But I think there is a great thing to be had for all school librarians to come together, because many of us are facing similar issues all around the world, and there are lots of ways we can learn from lots of different people. I was appointed at a time when we were just about to start writing the report, so I had to very quickly get up to speed with the results of the survey and to meet the volunteer campaign team and my co-chair. So I had a lot to learn in a very short space of time. But we had lots of meetings. They're an amazing team to work with. So while it was a challenge, it was also actually made much easier by the fact that there's a very strong team of people who are working in the Great School Libraries campaign who all have worked on it for quite a long time. A school librarian is a lot of things to a lot of people. Because we don't have any responsibility for data assessment and exams and all those things, what we can do is have much more of a strategic overview of a reading policy, a more holistic reading policy. So not only do we do the traditional school librarian role of giving children nice books to read and making a nice safe space for them to come. Actually, what's much more important, I think, is the role of the school librarian and the school library in the teaching and learning and academic pursuits of the students. So how to research, how to find the information they need independently, how to use not only books but also the databases and technology that we have available to us, and to understand how to negotiate this myriad of information that they're able to access through their computer but also through the books in the library. We also are able to help staff the teachers as they deliver the curriculum, and to support that with books for classrooms and high quality texts for learning to read, reading to learn, reading for progress, as much as reading for pleasure. So really the school library is the heart of the school. So we do everything from planning events, World Book Day, author visits, the Emirates Airline Festival of Literature, to helping children learn to write their EPQs, to do their research. So there's a whole array of things that we're able to do. About 5 years ago, I became aware of some research that was being done at the European University and by the UK Literacy Association, all about reading for pleasure and the pedagogy behind it. And that is all about how we encourage children to read for pleasure at school, and it's about the teacher's role in teaching children or encouraging children to read for pleasure. That research that was done by Professor Teresa Kremin gave rise to a number of teachers' reading groups that she and her team in the UK support. There are now over 100 such groups in the UK. And these groups are a year-long professional development research-based, evidence-informed program that helps teachers to understand children's literature, their own children's reading habits, to position themselves as reading teachers in the classroom, so that reading for pleasure is not something that's just done by the school librarian, because actually all children know that the librarian is obviously going to love reading. But what's more exciting is when their teacher, their cool teacher who goes out surfing at the weekend, is also into reading. So I asked if I could start a group in Dubai, and we have teachers from all over Dubai to come. We have 6 meetings a year, and we discuss and go through the evidence, and then they all do their own project, small project at school, to see how they can implement that, and it's all research based. And then at the end they write up an example of practice and put it up on the website. So we've been running a group here for 5 years now, and it's having a real impact, I think. And it means that the reading for pleasure piece that is being taken on by the whole school rather than just by one person in the library, that it becomes integrated into classroom and outside the classroom, and we bring parents into it. And the role of the parent in developing their own child's love of reading is enormous, and all of this research encompasses that, every aspect of that. When I won the School Librarian of the Year in 2019, I was incredibly shocked and unbelievably honoured and surprised and delighted. I mean, it was the most amazing thing I think that's ever happened to me, I have to say. I was not expecting it, but the Emirates Literature Foundation are huge supporters of school librarians, and the School Librarian of the Year award is an incredibly prestigious award to win. So it was a huge honour. There are amazing school librarians in Dubai, and the support from the Literature Foundation for all school librarians is amazing. They put on all kinds of PD for us and networking sessions. So it was a huge honour and thrill to have won it. The most important thing I would say to students and parents about how to enjoy reading and develop a love of it would be for parents to model reading to their children. So if you want your child to read more, you should read more. Let them see you reading a book, not just your phone, and read to them, read aloud. Reading aloud to each other and sharing stories together is really the most important thing you can do. The best way to get your children to love reading is to show them that you really love it yourself and to share that love with them. I think for students, the older you get, when you're doing GCSEs and A-levels, it is really hard to find time because you're so busy working. But actually to have half an hour of falling into a book and just switching off from everything is really important. And we have so many books here, and school librarians know so much about the kind of books that we've got and the different types of books. There is definitely a book for everyone. So keep reading. Pick up anything, a graphic novel, a comic, a magazine, all of that is reading, and the more you do of it, the more you enjoy doing it. And that practice of reading slowly in a linear way and turning pages as opposed to flicking through your screen is a really important one to get your brain to think slowly and to let all those ideas percolate in and to help you become a better, more empathetic, brighter, cleverer, more thoughtful, more deep-thinking, critical person.